Well, my name is Laura Cohen. I'm the Global Equity Specialist for the Fiera Global Equity team. We are a manager based out of Montreal, so a long way from home. I am at the first time at the Nordic Summit participating on this two-day event. So I spent the day yesterday giving roundtable presentations to various Nordic potential investors, hopefully within our global equity suite of strategies. I actually got quite some positive feedback. Very happy about that. So yesterday evening we had a lovely dinner after the six back-to-back presentations where we got to interact with some of the potential clients, and they were quite happy with the presentation. I think Fiera Capital especially is not exactly a very well-known brand out here in the Nordics. We are one of the largest Canadian asset management firms, so slowly we are getting our brand out here in Europe and in the Nordics. And people were quite happy to see that this is one of Canada's best kept secrets, and I think they were quite pleased with the presentation that was given. So we manage basically a global concentrated high quality portfolio. So we manage about a portfolio that has 35 to 40 securities. We are purely fundamental bottom-up stock pickers. That's what we do. We want to find the highest quality businesses out there and hold on to those companies basically for a long time. So we have a very long-term approach. Typical investment horizon is 5-10 years with quite a low turnover. So we got to speak about our high quality approach, what it is that we look for in these companies, basically companies that can generate and sustain a very high return on investment capital. All the work that we do is to basically find these companies that have very sustainable competitive advantages, high barriers to entry, and again, hold on to those companies for the long term. Yeah, I'm not too.
Companies for a long time with that sort of backdrop.
Absolutely. So we happily are bottom-up stock pickers. So we try to kind of avoid all this market short-term noise, call it, and really try to focus on: is this company, are the fundamentals of the company going to be intact over the next 10 years? And we try to really find companies that, regardless the market environment, regardless what Trump is tweeting, where the interest rates are going, that ultimately these are the type of companies that will be able to outperform regardless of the market environment if we are looking at this over the short-term period. Typically, the companies that we are invested in, again, very high quality companies, very clean balance sheets, low leverage, high cash flow generation, very, again, strong, high and sustainable return on investment capital, operating margins. So these are the type of companies that during difficult markets tend to be able to weather the storm. So that's the type of investing that we do. So maybe 100 years ago it may have been a little bit more difficult before planes were so accessible. So we are definitely based in Montreal, but citizens of the world. So I think our frequent flyer miles of the team combined are quite high. So we have a very, very diligent, rigorous research process whereby if, for example, one of the analysts is going to research an existing holding that we hold in the UK, what we'll do is through our screening and ranking process that we developed in-house, we can screen basically what other potential high quality companies can we find within the UK, for instance, to really maximize our travel time, do some preliminary research, set up some meetings, and make sure to really be as efficient as possible when traveling.
Basically, it's one world then, yeah?
Exactly.
Citizens of the world.
Exactly, and most of the companies that we invest in are very, very multinational, and we're lucky at Fiera Capital to now have offices around the world. So we have an office, for instance, in London, where of course a lot of the companies go through, a large office in New York, distribution office in Boston. We now have a presence in Asia. So this also allows us to be able to invite some of these companies to our offices really around the world, so we get to have access to companies that way as well.